A big event is happening in Portland Sunday night that has been years in the making. It's the home opener for Portland's pro soccer team.
Yeah, the Hearts of Pine will take on One Knoxville SC at Fitzpatrick Stadium Sunday night at 6 o'clock. Joining us this morning, the owner and founder of the team, Gabe Hoffman-Johnson. And I heard your crew spent part of Thursday putting in some seats. Saturday, there'll be a dress rehearsal even for the people singing the national anthem. And just hoping everything goes smoothly. How are you feeling? It's exciting. Are you ready to go?
Very excited, very ready to go. Yeah, the last few days over there have been crazy. The boys have been training on the field, and we've been power washing the stands to clean them and installing the rest of the seats and hanging signs. And you know, it's a lot. You're hosting, you know, almost 6,000 people for the very first time and want to put on a good game day experience. And all the games in Lewiston were incredible, and now it sort of feels like we're home. We're ready to go.
Yeah, so set the scene for us for what fans can expect when they come to the stadium Sunday night.
No, excited about it. In my head, I think, you know, this is a professional soccer match meets street festival is sort of the vibe that we're going for. So we have food trucks and we have a beer garden. We have, you know, lots of different, you know, food and beverage options, and then obviously the games going on. But you know, everything that we're doing basically gets set up, you know, 24 hours in advance and then gets taken down. So, you know, hopefully as everyone comes in and shows up, it'll sort of feel like the Fitzpatrick that they know and love, but with a little different energy. So.
Let's go out on the field. The team won a couple of U.S. Open Cup games, but they're still winless in the regular season. How fired up are the players and coaches for Sunday? I can imagine they want to win in the worst way.
They're ready to go. I think, you know, this kind of event, you just play the game, you know, not the environment, you know, not how much it means. But no, I mean, we've had 3 games, you know, all on the road in our league play. I think, you know, everyone's sort of perspective is, you know, okay, our season starts now, and had some success in the Open Cup, but in many ways that could be a little bit of a distraction too. You know, you're flying to Florida and Spokane, Washington, and then back to Maine and playing games in Lewiston. So, you know, feel settled, and I think, yeah, a lot of excitement from the boys. So.
How has this journey been from just an idea of this team to now you're basically here?
Yeah, it's special. You know, it's funny. It hits me in odd moments, right? Like you're driving home after work, and all of a sudden it's like, oh crap, like this is actually happening. But it's, you know, I think along the way, you know, we just have so many people within the community that have played a key role and been a part of this from day one. So, you know, as excited for them, and you know, it's the special moments along the way. Just, you know, we're sold out. You just keep hearing from people, you know, not only in Maine but around the world that are like, hey, I'm seeing a Hearts, you know, sweatshirt in South Korea, you know, and all around the U.S. So the sort of like energy behind what we're doing here, I think. Yeah, it's just special. So hopefully we'll take some time to reflect, but I'm a little bit of that, like, okay, what's next? You know, how do we get better? And sort of like want to make sure I get out of that work mode and enjoy the moment because it's a special day.
Yeah, speaking of energy, let's talk about the fans. Just incredible support. What, 4,000 season ticket holders. You sold out your home opener. You had huge crowds in Lewiston. They came out when it was frigid. They came out when it was pouring rain.
Yeah.
They're playing drums. They got flags. They got scarves. They got cheers. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's special. I mean, there's definitely, I think, a uniqueness to soccer fandom and soccer culture, right? You have that supporters group, and I think they have something special planned for Sunday too. So be on the lookout for that.
Ooh.
But yeah, and in many ways, I think there's been so much energy and excitement. And soccer fandom in this state and in and around Greater Portland that just has never had anything to really rally around, right? And now to finally have that, and the fact that it's taken, you know, a little while, and this is, you know, it's a big day, first ever home game for the first ever pro soccer club in Maine. You know, super validating, and you know, we're obviously grateful on the, you know, front office side of, you know, how many people are rallying around the club.
I was at Allagash Brewing yesterday, and they were gearing up for their event today, their official release of the team's lager, the team's official beer, Kickabout lager. You know, they're so excited. All these businesses, you know, that you have partnerships with are so excited. What does that mean for you to sort of be involved with these other awesome businesses in the area?
Yeah, no, it's been fantastic. I think the support from you know, the business community has been incredible. You know, and it's important for us too, right, to have good partners and for, you know, that alignment and fit to be people who are extensions of the club, right, who represent the same value set. You know, so you know, especially them. I'll be over there later tonight for that event and look forward to it. But you know, people like Allagash, and you know, we have, you know, Bissell Brothers as well, and you know, a handful of really special partners that are really bought into being a part of what we're doing here.
Yeah, even some of the folks from Allagash went down to your regular season opener down in Florida, which was cool. Hey, you've received quite the honor. Check out the Southern Maine Community College website right now. And Gabe, You have been asked to deliver the keynote speaking address at SMCC's graduation ceremony on Sunday, May 18th at 2 p.m. How did that come about, and how special is that for you?
Incredibly special. I mean, such an honor. I was incredibly grateful when I got that request. A little terrified.
Yeah, I can understand
Speaking in front of that many people, but it's an absolute honor. They reached out. I think one of the deans over there has followed this process and been a part of the community engagement and really understands the way that we're approaching this is it's a soccer club, but I generally think of ourselves as a community organization, right? So we filter everything through how can we use our platform to be a catalyst and a conduit for good and for impact. And we have our team motto, lead with your heart, is we mean it. And I think to the communities club, the communities college, there's a good fit there. And I haven't quite finished my speech yet, but I'm close. And hopefully I will have a good message. I think, I remember, 10 years ago I was in, their seats graduating from college and going on to the real world. So, I'm not sure how much I have to offer, but I'm going to, do my best.
Well, good news. You got a couple of weeks to go.
So. Right. I think it'll be very inspiring. And again, for Sunday, I was reading on Facebook, on the Hearts of Pine Facebook page, that folks who get in before 5 o'clock maybe get a special item, like a flag.
Yeah,
or something.
we have a special inaugural season flag. That will come with that. And part of that too is we're trying to incentivize people to get there early.
That's a good
point. We have to we have to get the almost 6,000 people in through the gates, and the worst thing you can imagine is there's kickoff for our first ever home game, and we still have people that are showing up 10 minutes before and not in their seats. So really trying to
go to the beer garden maybe.
Right,
before,
beer garden,
right?
get your food,
there
exactly.
We go.
Yeah.
You know what I think is great too is that if the people have the opportunity, you want them to go in person, but this game is sold out.
Yep.
And how exciting is this? Not only on the road, but you're going to be able to see some of the games on television.
Correct.
They can have watch parties. I know the Portland Zoo. And some of these brewers are doing it. So that makes it so much fun too.
Yeah, no, I think it's really special for us. I think you can imagine you'll have the game going on, and then hopefully a handful of places whether you're in your home or in around different bars and restaurants around Portland. Games are on NESN, games are on ESPN Plus. So hopefully a number of people can enjoy it.
All right, I'll be tuning in for sure.
Yeah.
So good luck.
Thank you.
Oh, I can't believe it's already here.
I mean, no matter what happens on the field, this has been a win, big win.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, we'll have you back hopefully to celebrate.
Appreciate it.
And we'll have highlights Monday morning.
Yes.
So.